have a right brain dominant child, you have a creative thinker. And you have a thinker who slips into unconscious thought very easily. And you have a thinker who can become illogical very easily. It is a weakness right now that is very likely to turn into a strength. But we've got to preserve the self-esteem, and we've got to keep the child believing in themselves so that they feel like they have a strength. If you come on board with the right side of learning, and some of my students are here tonight to help talk about this afterwards, we spend an enormous amount of time trying to develop and find ways for their brains to dial in and find a place of mental focus, because it is not natural and easy for their brains. If you have a left brain dominant student, they stay in mental focus all the time. It's no big deal. They don't have creative thought fighting against them. So, what do you do? I'm going to give you just this very small version of it. I call it mental focus, and what we tend to do is we start to talk about ourselves in very real terms. You have a physical me. You have a physical body that does actions, experiences, smells, writes, reads, plays soccer. That's physical me. It's very easy for me to know where your physical me is. You're sitting in front of me. Okay? So the teacher is very aware of your child's physical me. For better or for worse, they're very aware of your child's physical me. The other part of you we call mental me. And mental me is all the things you can think about. And it is vast. Now, mental me is tricky because mental me has the ability to think about things in the past, think about things in the future, think about this moment right here, or to just have some fleeting, amazing, creative thought just come zinging along and totally capture your attention. It's very difficult for me to know anything about your mental me because I can't see it. You can be looking at me. You can be repeating back to me every word I'm saying. But your mental me may actually be somewhere else. And in this situation, you have a child who goes and does something completely different. You're like, what was that? I don't even begin to explain that. He repeated back to me the exact directions. And he still went and did something illogical or irrational. It's a mystery. It is a mystery, but only to the extent that your child has not developed mental focus skills. And we can do that. So, hands-on parent, what you can do right away is start to look for things that your child is naturally good at. Anything that they're good at it because they hold mental focus for that activity. And this is why you're like, I don't get it. I hear it every day of the week. I don't get it. My child can do this. He can do that. He can do that. Perfect mental focus. How could it be ADD? But in certain situations, can't keep two thoughts together, can't get their backpack together, can't govern their lives. And it's extraordinarily frustrating. And it is those moments where they're experiencing a loss in mental focus. So, look for things they're good at. Start to talk to them about when you're good at something, it's because you're dialed in. What you're thinking about and what you're doing is exactly the same thing. You know how to do it. You know what it feels. You know that it feels good. Now, the big challenge is to start doing that at school. Okay. It's not easy. Right? Not easy, guys. Everyone's saying not easy, but doable. It's possible. And you can become very aware of when you're pulling, back, okay, back, I'm back, and come up with strategies to pull in and dial in. So right now, all of your brains are very activated. I've got you all fired up, and your mental me is a little bit here and a little bit everywhere else. So I'm going to ask you to do a little activity. Everybody, just close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Ask your brain to dial down. Pull all your thoughts to the center of your head. Feel yourself sitting in the chair. In this moment, everything is good. You're in the right place right now. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Your brain is ready to learn. It is the only time your brain's ready to learn, is when you are dialed in.